Alright, so in this video we're going to talk about the layer attributes inside Cricut Design Space. Well, what do layer attributes even mean to you? Well, we know that the Cricut Explore machine, it can perform several functions, whether that be cutting, whether that be writing, whether that be scoring. And you can tell or you can assign those functions to those shapes. So let's go ahead and take a look at this first one right here, which is the heart in the circle. Okay, so when you click on it, you can sort of see what layers we're dealing with. And you want to look at the icon that is next to that shape. So right now they are scissors, and that means those shapes will be cut out. Now, typically, whenever you upload an image or maybe you insert an image from the Cricut Design Space library, more than likely it will be a cut type file. Now, does that mean you are stuck with a simple cut? No, you can change it to whatever you wish as far as the layer attributes. So let's take a look at this one right here. So I basically duplicated this and I changed the color of the circle here. So we have a circle and a heart, but it looks a little different on the screen here. Now let's take a look at the layer attributes on it. So right now it is assigned the right function. Okay, and now let's go ahead and look at the star that we have right here. That one is assigned a print. So with this one, although it's assigned a print function, it does not mean that your Cricut Explorer will print on the paper. It means that you need to print with your printer first, and then your Explorer machine will find that shape and it will cut it out through the print then cut function. And then we take a look at this one down here. That's our last icon, which is the score. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look on how we can actually change this, or how I changed this one anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and select the layer so I know which one I'm working with. And then over here in the layer attribute, I can go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and change that heart to a draw or a right function. So I'm going to go ahead and click the little scissors, and right up here at the very top, we have several buttons. We have the cut, we have the write, we have the score, and we have the print. So all I did is I clicked on the write, and then I selected the color that I would like to draw. And I just picked this very berry red. Now the only reason why this black circle does not look like the white one is, of course, we can always change the color, and now we are a match. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look on how we changed this star over here to a print function. So, like I said, whenever you insert shapes, typically they will default to a cut, and it's right there. So how do we make this a print? Well, all we have to do is click those scissors, or you can even click the thumbnail, and then we go over to print, and now we can either add a pattern or we can select a color, and that star will look like the color that we selected or the pattern that we chose. Okay, so that's how you change it to a print function. Now the score, a lot of times I know under the insert images here, we have the score tool, or the score line anyway, and it looks just like this. And you can move it around, you can place it wherever you want, and a lot of times people will make cards with this. But the one thing that you'll have to do, and we talk about this in the score lesson, is you're going to want to select both shapes and then click attach. And now those items will be sent to your machine, and the machine understands to keep those two shapes together for the score as well as the cut. So as you can see, just looking at the layers, you can sort of visualize what's going to happen. Okay, it's going to score, and then it's going to cut. And that's how it's going to happen when you actually click the go button. So that's how you change the layer functions within the layers attributes panel anyway, whenever you are selecting a layer. So you can always go from print, so like this star, if I wanted to bring it back to a cut, I can. If I want to change it to a write, I can. And I can even change it to a score if I like as well. And although you do see that it has dashed lines, when you actually send this to your cutting machine, it will actually not be dashed. It will be a solid line from point to point to point, as if a blade was going over it. But the score tool will be utilized instead of